Welcome to your RE lesson. Today we are learning all about the 10 commandments. So last time we were learning about rules and routines, and now we are linking it to religion. So we're learning about 10 commandments, which is used in Christianity and Judaism. So you're going to talk about the school rules. If you haven't got a partner, you can just talk to the screen. So you're going to talk about our class rules, which we did last time. Why do we have them? How do they help us? So why do we have rules? Because remember, they keep us safe and they keep us on task. And how do they help us? If we're doing the rules, then we're doing our work and they're helping us learn, aren't they? So what are the 10 commandments? The 10 commandments are a set of rules. So these are a set of rules which is used in religion. So remember, Christianity and Judaism. And they play an important part in Christianity and Judaism, and they help both Christians and Jews to live their lives. So these are a set of religious rules. And this is a sign for Christianity, which is Christians, and this is a sign for Judaism, which Jews use. So often our 10 commandments are shortened and worded in different ways to help us understand. For example, one of them is, you shall not take the Lord's name in vain. It could also be written, do not misuse God's name, or always say God's name with love and respect. You could also say, use God's name with respect, use God's name holy, or always use God's name in a good way. So let's see. The 10 commandments can be found in the Old Testament of the Bible, and this is the Bible here, or in the Torah, which are Jewish scriptures which are written on scrolls. The scripture states that God gave them 2 stone tablets to Moses on Mount Sinai. And the first 3 commandments, first 3 commandments are about how God should be treated. And the other 7 are about how people should behave and how they should treat each other. So the first 3, 1, 2, 3, is about how God should be treated. And the other 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, are how people should behave and how they should treat others. So let's have a look at the 10 commandments. The first one, you shall have no other gods before me. So that means you must put God first. So God should be the first one. Number 2, you shall make no idols, bow down to them or worship them. So that basically means do not let anything be more important than God. So God is the most important thing to Christians and to Jews. Number 3, do not take the Lord's name in vain. This is what we talked about before. So it basically means do not misuse God's name. So you only say God's name when you're talking about God. You wouldn't say it in a bad context. 4, remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. The Sabbath day is on Sunday, so remember to rest on Sundays. The Sabbath day, keep it holy and rest, and that's when lots of Christians and Jews go to church. Honour your father and your mother. So it means you must respect and obey your parents, and it doesn't just mean yes, it talks about father and mother, but I would say this means really all adults. So you need to make sure that you respect adults, for example, like your teachers and other people like that, people who look after you. Number 6, thou shalt not kill. So you should not harm anyone. Don't harm anyone. That includes, I would say, if you saw, for example, a little bird in the playground or something like that, you wouldn't go over and hurt it. So you would only help it. Number 7, thou shalt not commit adultery. So it means that you should not be unfaithful. Thou shalt not steal. So that means don't steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against your neighbour. So it means do not tell lies. So where it says false witness, basically means you're not telling the truth. So don't tell lies, especially if it's trying to get someone else in trouble. And number 10, thou shalt not covet, which means don't be jealous of others. And the most important thing is be happy with what you have. So, for example, if you were having lunch and somebody else had something in their lunch which you wanted, there's no point being jealous and saying, oh, I'm not going to eat my lunch because I want that. You have to be grateful and be happy with what you have. Okay? So they are our 10 commandments. So what you're going to do now is you are going to have a look in your books on the 10 commandments. This page is in your book. And you are going to see if you can order them. And we're going to order them not in which one's which, but which ones you think are the most important and why. Which ones do we think are the most important and why? So I would say one of the most important ones is this one, you shall not kill. Obviously that's a really, really important one, that we wouldn't want to harm anybody else. Okay? And the other one is, I would say it's quite important, is not to steal, not to bear false witness, which means not to tell lies, and to honour your father and mother, so to respect. Okay, I would say those are the really, really important ones. But you might think that the other ones are important as well. What you're going to do is you're going to put your commandments in the list of importance, with the most important being at the top. So this one is the most important. And then you're going to go down to which one you think is the least important. Okay, like I said, I think the most important one is thou shalt not kill. You shouldn't kill any or harm anybody. And then what do you think is the next most important, which I think would be probably not to steal. And then these two, to respect adults and people who look after us. I would say that's quite important, not to lie. The other one is now shall not covet, which means you shouldn't be jealous, so you should be happy with what you've got. So I would say those ones are really, really important. It depends how religious you are. The other ones, which are about God, if you're not very religious, they'll obviously be less important to you. So remember, you're going to put the most important one at the top, which is number 1, and the one that's least important to you at the end, which will be number 10. So which commandments did you put, what you think were the most important? Which ones did you think were the most important? And also why? Why did we think the most important? Did we all think the same? I wonder if we could all look, if I could look at all your work, and I wonder if you all thought the same things. I think we probably would all think the same. So in your books, this is what you're going to do. You're not going to cut out the numbers. You're going to cut out these 10 commandments, which have got the dotted lines around them. You're just going to cut on the dotted lines. And then you're going to stick them in the order you think one is the most important. So I would say I would cut out you shall not kill. I would cut around the outside and I would stick that over number 1. Okay. Number 2 would be the next important, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 10, remember, is the least important. So you're going to cut these out and you're going to stick them on top of your numbers. You're not going to cut the number page out. Okay. And you're going to put them in the order. So you can pause the video now, or there's one more slide left. You can watch the last slide and then you can do all your work, and remember to take a picture and upload it to Google Classrooms. The last thing we're going to do today is we're going to have a look at our learning review, and you're going to colour one of the faces in. So what are the 10 commandments? That was our question. Who follows the 10 commandments and why are they so important? So I can remember that this person here represents a Christian and this person here represents a Jew. So I know who follows the 10 commandments and why are they so important. They are the set of rules for Christians and Jews to follow in their life. So I would say I know the answer to those, but can I remember all of the 10 commandments I've got? You shouldn't kill. You shouldn't be jealous. You should respect adults and your parents. You shouldn't lie. You shouldn't steal. Oh, that's 5. Then I've got you should, on Sunday, it should be a holy day. You shouldn't use the Lord's name in vain. Oh, that's 7. What else? Oh, see, now this is where I can remember 7 of them, but the other 3 I can't remember. So I'm not going to colour in the best face because I can't remember everything from today's lesson. So I'm going to colour in this face here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the lesson and have a look and see what the 3 were that I couldn't remember. Okay? So when you're doing your colouring and your learning review, make sure you're honest, okay? If you didn't understand it or you didn't, that's fine. You can colour this one in or you can colour this one in. And if you think you can remember it, but don't colour the really, really happy face in if you didn't understand the lesson. So that's your end of your RE lesson today. Make sure you post a picture on Google Classrooms of your work, and well done for all your hard work today. Bye, everybody.